Hello, faithful friends of the internet. I'm Jason Mayfield, and we're back for another episode of Tear Up Your Bible Tools. Today, we're going to talk about the InkJoy gel pens from PaperMate. But before we move on, I would like to officially invite you to be a part of the Tear Up Your Bible community on Facebook. That's right. We have a Facebook group. There's a link in the description. There'll be a link to these pens in the description. Check out the description for links. Now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, let me tell you about these InkJoy gel pens, okay? This is my go-to pen for color coding my Bible. I'm real big on color coding the Bible for two reasons. Number one, I think the hand-to-paper interaction with a pen, there's something about that kinesthetic experience that helps you to retain information, that helps you to remember what you wrote or remember what you read. It helps to bring it back to mind when you need it. So the kinesthetic experience is a big deal for me. But the other side of that is I actually have a color code. It consists of 7 colors: yellow, pink, purple, red, green, blue, orange. All 7 of those colors mean something. A link to that in the description below. For me personally, I want colors that kind of pop off the page. I don't want it to be light and dull. At the same time, I don't want it to damage my Bible. Now, I will tell you, using gel pens might want to lean into that direction, but I trade off a little bit of the destructiveness for the vibrancy because I like that pop off the page look. So we're going to grade these pens on 5 criteria today: the smear, the color, the ghosting and the bleeding, the ease of use, and the price. And we're going to write down in our Bible 3 ways. 1, we're going to use my box method. That is where I put boxes around things, draw to a box, write a note in a box, 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 boxity, box, box, boxity, box, box. So that's the first way we'll do it. The second way, we're going to underline, and the third way, we're going to circle some words and just see how it looks as a circle. All right, so every color here is looking good. I've got one color that I'm going to talk to you about that is a little funky, so smear test. Almost forgot. Got to get that smear test in. Matter of fact, you know what we'll do? Okay, so in a moment, we're going to perform the ultimate smear test. But first, I just want to let you know I'm using the Pilot P500 for my black pen today. The reason is this is the pen that I use the most often. It's fine enough that you can write small with it, but it's cheaper and a little more durable than the Pigma Microns. But let me be clear, the ink in it, not as good as a Pigma Micron. All right, so the ultimate smear test. Definitely passes the smear test. That was fun. All right, so the colors. I love the colors of these pens. These are incredible, except for one color, and that's the purple. The purple is a touch too dark for me. However, I will tell you, after it settles, it does come back a little purplier, and so it's cool, but I really do like, as an alternative to this, and I used to use this in the set, and I just took this out, is the Pilot G2 purple. It's a great purple, same functionality as everything. It's a gel pen, so it's good to go, but it's a little bit brighter, a little lighter, not quite as dark. This leans really into a blackish type purple, but I still love the purple. But all of the colors I love. The yellow's good. A good yellow pen, hard to find. If you're not doing markers, color pencils and stuff, yellow's a toughie, and this is a really great. That's actually why I use this over the ballpoint pens from PaperMate InkJoy, is because they have the yellow. Also, in my experience, yellow ballpoint pens, ugly. But the yellow's nice. The pink is nice. The purple is acceptable. The blue, beautiful. Green, beautiful. Red, beautiful. Orange, beautiful. So it works here in the box method. It works here in the underline method. It's really obvious. Obviously, the yellow fades a little bit. You don't see it as much. But with yellow, you kind of want that. You don't want the yellow in your face. At least for me, because yellow is my generic highlighter. I use it the least. It's the let this grab your attention, but there's nothing specifically, significant in regards to the system. Obviously, it's significant. I'm highlighting it. I'm underlining it. It's in the Bible, but it may not have to do with one of those core subjects that I mark about on a regular basis. And then the circles, same thing. Great circles. So, color, gets a thumbs up on the color. Obviously, this is my go-to. You know this is getting good marks. All right, next, ghosting and bleeding. So you can see there's a couple of little bleed marks here, a couple of bleed marks from the initial touch of the paper, but I can live with it. But the ghosting, again, it's what you can expect from pretty much anything. Okay, so all of the ghosting's kind of coming up the same over time. And then we'll also look at it from here. Very nice there indeed. And again, we can see that from the other page, just because a lot of this ghosting, bleeding, and stuff has more to do with your page than your paper. Now, if we took a Sharpie to this, you know, obviously it's going to look crazy, but we're not going to do that because that would be stupid. We're anti-stupid here on this channel. That's right. So ease of use. It's a normal size pen, easy to travel with. Toss it in your bag. It's also easy to use because you can easily identify what color the pen is. Versus like the Tombos that we had done before, if you don't have the top lid up, you only get this little ring to see what color it is. So this, easily identifiable, and no easier than that. And finally, price. The InkJoy gel pens that I use, the set that I normally get, cost about $15. I discard 3 pens out of that, one being the black. It's actually the only one I keep. I just put it over here with my black pens in case I need a black pen, but I rarely ever use them. But then it has a darker blue and a kind of magenta purple that looks too pink. So I discard those, and then I have my system. Now you can get the InkJoy gel pens with a ton of pens. So they have a larger pen selection option with lots of different shades that you may want to get and test out a bunch of them. But I found that 10 set pen pack to work really good. Again, $15. It's a little steep, but I think it's worth it. I have 3 sets of them. I keep a set on my desk in case I'm doing Bible work on my desk. And granted, let me say this. I know some of y'all think that you need to like Bible out everywhere that you go. You don't have to. I'm a preacher, so I'm going to do Bible work on my desk. So, you know, it's like part of the work, okay? So I've got a set for my desk. I got a set for my chair where I actually do my morning devotionals, and actually most of this actually happens. And then I also have a set that I just keep ready to travel, to throw in my travel bag if we go on trips or whatever. Because in my mind, when I travel, I'm going to do Bible stuff, and I'm kind of always ready, prepared to do it. Usually, never happens because we're traveling. At least when I'm traveling with Ashley, okay? If I'm by myself, it happens. But when I'm with her, the schedule's crazy, and there's no privacy, and it's a whole thing. So price, a little expensive, but I still give it the go. What's funny is this pen set is actually more expensive than this Bible. I would encourage you to get these. Check them out. They're my favorite pens, and I actually use this with the Tombow pens and another highlighter that I'll tell you about in another video eventually. So that's it. That's all I have for you. I'd encourage you, until the next time we see each other, keep tearing up those Bibles. And I'll see you in the next video.